A wonderful weekend. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the weekly download. I am Mitchell Doomland. I hope you had a really good Thanksgiving and a happy holidays because I'm in a festive mood. Everyone's in a festive mood, and it's also in a buying mood. Everyone's ready to shop and actually go on a spree for the holidays and take advantage of some Black Friday and some Christmas deals. Because right now I'm going to go through all the Cyber Monday deals and holiday deals that I like as a video creator. So for all you videographers and video creators, production companies, filmmakers, and people out there who are looking to upgrade your equipment or actually buy that thing you've always wanted to upgrade your gear, this video is for you because I'm going to go through all the top deals that I'm looking at and also the deals that I use and I bought during this whole shopping weekend. And so if you're new to this channel, this is the weekly download. This is the video content school in Creative Haven. I post every Monday and I go live on every Monday and talk about how to create videos and different video tips and just video production advice or whatnot. And if you have a company out there that's a video company and you make videos for other companies, this is for you because I help you build your agency and your production company. So right now, I have been looking at a lot of B&H and Adorama deals. So if you are a filmmaker or a videographer out there, you know about B&H and Adorama because that's where you probably get a lot of your online shopping done if you are a video creator. If not, that's where you should go. And another place that I've been going to is Amazon, and also there's Best Buy. But what I'm going to do is go through this list, and there's a bunch of other things that are on sale that aren't cameras but are related to video production. And so the first one that I like is actually the GoPro. So the GoPro 10 is on sale right now, and it's pretty awesome because you basically get about $150 off, or 150 pounds, or $200 off. And what's great is that you also get this kit with it. And so you get a lot for the GoPro Hero 10. You get the package, you get 200 euros, or it's going to be around $200 American. But what's great is that this deal is for the GoPro 10. It's a new GoPro. I'm a fan of GoPro. I'm actually getting the Max, but that's just me. And so that's a really good deal. The next deal for anyone out there who's looking to get cameras is the Fujifilm Xt4. Now, a lot of people talk about the Xt4, and I haven't used the Fujifilm, although I hear a lot of great reviews about it. And you get $200 off on B&H. And Fujifilm has been a game changer and also a disruptor in the market that came out of nowhere in the past couple years. And I think it's something that a lot of new videographers should consider, and maybe even some amateurs or some advanced people as well who want to change their systems. But for most people out there who are probably on what I'm on, which is the Panasonic, what I like is this Panasonic GH5, all right, the GH5 II. I'm shooting on a GH5 right now, and it's $200 off on B&H. GH5 to me is probably the best bang for your buck. It's $1,500 and you get 60 frames per second at 4K resolution. You also get 180 or 120 frames per second. At the same time, you get 6K resolution capabilities as well. And so I think as a videographer and as a video creator, this is going to give you the best bang for your buck. It is a micro four thirds camera, so you do get a crop in your image. But for me, I've used wide lenses and certain lenses to make my image look like a Super 35 by just using, just prime lenses and also lighting. And to me, MFT doesn't really make a difference. But for a lot of you folks out there who are the full frame, fanatics, there is the Panasonic S5. All right, so this is a new one that came out in the past, I believe, 2 years. And this is a full frame camera from Panasonic. And what's great about full frame, of course, is low light. And so you're going to have really great looking images at high ISO. And what's great about the S5 is that you get the 6K, 60 frames per second, 4K resolution video at 10-bit. All right, so most cameras are probably at 8-bit, but you're at 10-bit bit rate. So you just have a little bit more information in your image, so just better quality. Comes with Vlog as well. What's great about that is that you used to have to buy Vlog for your GH5. Now it comes with the S5. It's about $100, but that's for all the folks out there who do like to color grade and shoot flat. So I like these Panasonic deals. They're all on B&H right now. Now, another cool one that I like, B&H is crushing it. I was looking on Adorama too, but B&H has some pretty good deals. It's a Nikon Z5, all right? So it's $400 off, which is pretty intense. And the Nikon series is great for a lot of the folks out there who also shoot photos. So photos are probably the strong point for Nikon, although I know folks who have been shooting on the Z5 and Z6, and it's great image. I think that it all depends on what system you like, what's your favorite user interface. I'm a big fan of Panasonic and Canon. Sony is a little bit confusing. Nikon, it's okay. But I'm just too used to the Panasonic and the Canon. But the Nikon Z5 for $400 off is awesome, right? And CMOS sensor, it's 4K and Full HD or 1080p videos. It's not as robust as the GH5, but for the price point, it's a pretty good camera. Plus, you could do a lot of great photography with it. But I think the winner, I think everyone loves the Sonys, but it's a Sony A7R III out right now that has a really good deal. You get $800 off. So at Adorama Camera, you can get $800 off the Sony Alpha A7R III and get the Sony camera that everyone uses all the time. So I'm a fan of Sony. I actually like the Sony FS7s and the Venices and the higher range cameras, but this camera has been, I would say, the go-to camera for a lot of wedding videographers and videographers in general, just because of the color, the of course the low light capabilities, and also it's just got a lot of great lenses you can choose from. And what's great about the A7R III is that you also get 4K resolution, but you don't get 4K you don't get 4K at 60 frames per second. Again, that's why the GH5 is the winner to me, because you get 4K at 60 frames per second, but everyone loves the Sony Alpha A7R III. So if you are a Sony fan, go to Adorama and get that deal. Now, we're going to go over to lenses. Now, the thing is about lenses is that everybody has their own cameras. Everybody has their own, suggestions and their own interests about if you like prime or like zooms. And there's just a lot to choose out there. But the one that I chose, to me, has been probably the best savings is on B&H, and it's for the Rokinon Cine Lens series. Prime Cine Lens kit. You can get $650 off. And so this is what I'm buying, because this is a great kit for a lot of people out there who shoot and like to shoot in prime lenses, usually the filmmakers out there or the DPs or the real ones. What's great about this kit is that Rokinon, to me, I think it's a great lens. It's not quite like a Cook or whatnot, but what's great about the Rokinons is that they're portable, they're smaller, they're not huge like the Zines, and to me they have great image quality. That's just me, okay? I'm sure a lot of DPs out there would disagree, but if you are looking for a prime lens kit that does the best job for the lowest price, I think at $1,600 for 4 lenses, that's $400 a lens for a prime lens, and you get a 24, a 35, a 50, and an 85, and these are fast lenses. They're at 1.5, so you can shoot in low light. You can get a super shallow depth of field. So I think this is the best lens deal out right now. All right, so on to gimbals. All right, again, for gimbals, there's a lot of great gimbals out there, the Xeon cranes and whatnot. But I think the best deal that I saw was the DJI Ronin SC, and you get $160 off. And I've used this before. It's nice. It's you can't have a heavy payload. But a lot of y'all out there who are just doing YouTube videos or dance videos or really small camera rigs, this is for you. I mean, for $280 for a gimbal, especially a DJI gimbal, that's a steal. And especially because I love these new Ronins, because they have a quick release plate for the actual gimbal itself while it's still balanced. Before you had to rebalance when you took the camera off. Now these new ones are actually designed so that you can take it off easy and then put it back on and it's balanced. And so what's great about this is that this is usually for the mirrorless cameras and for like the lighter rigs. But it's a great deal. I think it's a great deal. Really great for portability and for transportation. I've used this before on set and wouldn't say it's the most stable in the world, but I was trying to use an R6 with a huge L lens on it, and that was just my mistake. But I really do feel like this is a great deal for anyone out there who wants an actual gimbal. And then other than that, let's look at drones. And so I like the drones that are out right now that they're basically from the DJI. I think DJI is just crushing the game and killing it. And I think what a lot of people are doing these days are the drone racing videos. So a lot of the folks who like to drone race but also film at the same time and get those crazy shots through real estate, for dance, for drone racing itself, I think this is a great deal. You get a DJI drone for $300 off, and you get a kit with it, which is great. And what I love about the FPV is that it, to me, is probably the new style of filmmaking out there, or videography, or video creating, because you're getting the speed of a drone and also the versatility of the drones, but also it's small enough where you can fit through small spaces, and you can do a lot of great shots that you would usually need like a rig for, or a dolly, or a jib arm, or even a crane, or a Russian arm for, right? Like, what's great about these FPVs, or these small race drones, is that they have really, like, you can do 4K 60 frames per second for this small little drone. And I think that I've seen that a lot of the footage out there for real estate videos, as well as, dance videos and travel videos. And I think this is probably one of the coolest, I would say 2020, 21 video, innovations, is drones that can fit through small spaces. All right. So I think this is a great deal. There's also the DJI Mavic 3 that's out right now. It's around $2,500. And I think that's a great deal too. All right. So moving on to tripods. So the tripod that everyone loves, of course, is Manfrotto. Now, hopefully you watch this video before this, the end of November 29th, 2021. But if not, it's all good, because you could probably find this similar deal on Amazon. All right. So the Manfrotto tripod with a 504X fluid head is a really great tripod for the price. This is going to be $889 with $300 off. That's going to be $589 for a Manfrotto tripod. That's spread legs. That's like, it has a spreader in the middle. This is for a heavy payload. I think it's 26 pounds. And so these are for the folks who do have bigger rigs. So if you have, a cage, and you have a monitor, and then you have a like a shotgun mic, and then you have your just different types of doohickeys and gadgets on your camera, or a long lens, like, this is the kind of camera for you. All right. Or if you have a red, or like a heavier camera, like an FS7, I think it is up to 14 pounds, which is pretty good. I mean, you can't be running around with a big old heavy lens and a big, Alexa and Ari camera. But this is great for the price for anyone who's a travel videographer, or someone who just does amateur videography, or actually a lot of pros can use this as well for a lot of videos, if you're not someone who's throwing a bunch of stuff on your camera. All right. Another good one too for more travel sized videography. This to me has been I would say a recommendation for the past couple years, is a Manfrotto B-Free tripod kit. It's small, it's easy to carry. The fluid head is pretty good, and I know that when I've used it before, like, you have a good enough height with it. And so if you're just traveling around the world and you want to put this inside of your travel bag or a carry-on, I think this is a great pick. And you get it for $59. So a lot of the folks out there who are getting those Amazon Basic or Magnus tripods for about $150, get this B-Free, and it's going to be a great deal for you to actually have a Manfrotto tripod. I know the Manfrotto can be a little overrated sometimes to some folks, but I do feel like they do have a lot of great professional products, and they do hold up when it comes to the more advanced models, or the models that carry heavier payloads. All right. So the next is going to be lights. All right, I want to go to Adorama for this. And so this is my light, which is the Godox Vl 300. This is my light that I use for my videography, and it looks great. I like to call this the bootleg aperture. But what's great about this is that you get this for $500, usually $750. You get like a really great LED light for $500. And I get the light dome. I got a newer light dome for mine. And this does really well for interviews, great for top-down videography, great for product videography, super bright. It's so bright. Sometimes I just shine it on top of the ceiling or bounce it off a wall, and it can just light an interview and look so flat and nice. All right. I'm a big fan of the Godox. You save $250. It's on Adorama. Another one that is good is the Aperture. For all those Aperture folks out there who want an Amaran, you can get a 200D for $255. And this is a great light. It's only daylight balance, so for the folks who want bicolor, you won't find it on here. But I know a lot of people out there can, play around with the white balance, or you can put a filter on top. I've used this once, and it's not the brightest in the world, but it to me, it does the job when you need to do a hair light or just like a fill light. But for $250 for an Aperture, that's pretty good. All right, next on the list is going to be monitors. All right, so anyone out there who has a DSLR or mirrorless camera, it's really hard to really find focus, pull focus, or look to see, if certain things are in the shot or not with an LCD screen. You would need a monitor, and a monitor is a really great way for also you can see better RGB parades and histograms. You'll get better, I think, focus peaking as well as zebra lines. And with the Ninja 5 or Ninja V, you also get the external recording. So if you have an S5 or a lot of the newer cameras out right now, I believe you basically can record in 10-bit. And I believe you can actually go a little bit even crazier with this one. And you can start recording in RAW at 8K 30 frames per second, which is nuts. So why that's important is that ProRes RAW files are better on the computer and they're uncompressed. And so it's not something like an MP4 where a lot of the data is compressed. You actually get more dynamic range and more space to play with as a colorist with ProRes RAW. And you get it up to 8K, which is ridiculous. 8K came out. I remember when 8K came out with the red Monstro, and I shot with a Monstro, and I think it was like 30 minutes of footage was 10 terabytes, and it was a big mistake. It was a dance video. It was unnecessary. But it's a great camera, nonetheless. I love red. But what's great about the Ninja 5 is that you can get the same 8K ProRes RAW recording with this small little monitor. It's fantastic. 10-bit recording at 422, which is great. And I think that for anyone out there who are trying to get that cinematic look and also have a monitor where you can have extra features and you're not looking at an LCD screen, you look at something bigger, get the Ninja 5 or Ninja V. What am I talking about? All right. So next is going to be sound for all the folks out there who need a mic. Now, this is more of a podcast mic, so this is more for the folks who do podcasts like myself and for people who do vlogs. Now, the Shure SM7 is the one that a lot of people use, and you're going to save $40 on this. So this is like the standard for a lot of folks out there who want to get the most bang for their buck for a podcast mic. And this has been around for a while, but a lot of folks use this, and I feel like this is probably what you would want if you're doing vlogs or interviews, or if you're doing podcasts. Now, if you want to go into more of the shotgun mics, so never mind. I mean the lavalier mics. So if you want a wireless lavalier system, this is pretty good too. You save $60. It's a Godox MoveLink. Now, I haven't used this before, so I'm not sure how well this does in the field. But for $140 for 2 wireless mics, and it's Godox, they're more known for the lights. Let's see how they are with their microphone system. But this is great for anyone out there who wants a wireless lavalier system. You get 2 for $140. That's $70 a mic. And Godox is a reliable brand. When it comes to lighting, I'm not sure about sound, but at least it's not some random name that you find on Amazon, right? All right. The other thing you can do, you can get for mics is this Deity light. So on Adorama right now, Deity is having a huge sale on a lot of their mics. This is one of them. You can get a shotgun mic that fits on top of your camera. You got 5-star reviews for 5 reviews. Hopefully that's legit. you get it for $68. So you get an on, camera mic and a shotgun mic for $68, $70. That's pretty awesome. You can also get a bigger version of that with this Deity microphone, the V-Mic D3, and this would definitely have better sound and also more range, and it's for $140. So you're saving $60. That's pretty good for a mic, and it has a lot of great reviews at the same time. Just with the size of it, it's great for a mic that you want to use as just the on-camera mic, so that if you had to sync sound, like if you were doing an interview, you would have a better shotgun mic on a boom pole with a boom holder on a C-stand, and then you would have it into a sound recorder, and then maybe a wireless lav just to pick up anything extra on the interviewee. And then the camera, whatever you're shooting, you would want to sync the sound in post. Usually the on-camera mic is not the best, so you would want to have that on-camera mic or the mic on top of the camera to really pick up the sound for post-sound syncing. This is a pretty good deal for something like that. All right, so that is a Deity, and then we have the Rode. All right, so the Rode to me has been the staple for a lot of videographers out there. I am a Sennheiser fan, but Rode is great for like the lower level microphones. I don't want to what is it called? Diminish Rode at all. Rode has a really great mic, the NTG2, as a shotgun mic. But for Rode, it's been around for a while, and it's been a really great mounted mic for a lot of DSLR and mirrorless camera shooters out there. And this is going to be an $80 savings. I mean, it's the #1 bestseller. It's $150. You get a Rode mic. It's legit. It is reliable. It gets great sound. And for $150, you're looking at a pretty good discount. All right. So other than that, we're going to finish off with the computer. So a lot of folks out there who are videographers and video creators, you are shooting and you are also editing. So of course, you probably are on an Apple MacBook. For all the PC users out there, sorry, didn't really find anything that I knew was a great deal or a great video editing laptop. I just know what I know, which is a Mac, which I have. And this is great because this is a mid-2020, so it's not a 2021, but you get $350 savings. And this is a Retina display. It's a MacBook Pro. You get about 8 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, this is good for some like proxy editing. I wouldn't really go into any 4K or heavy visual effects. But what's great about using this is that the Mac has just really good speed when it comes to editing. I use it for editing, and for all the people out there who just like Macs, this is a really good deal. All right, but for anyone who's actually editing like 4K videos, I found a 16 gigabyte RAM option with a SSD. So for $1,500, or you save $500, you can get 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you can get a terabyte of SSD, an SSD drive, 1 terabyte. That's great because then you can actually either have your software, don't clog it up too much, but maybe you can have your working files, your working folder, your editing folder on the main drive, on the main SSD, so you can have some fast read and writing speeds. And then you can export that out or transfer that to another hard drive so that you can then add your next project. The reason why is that you don't want to load up the SSD too full with projects, or else it's going to be a slow computer. So what I do is that I actually have it in my computer right now. I have a 2 terabyte SSD. I will probably do about 2 or 3 projects at a time. And then I transfer to an external hard drive where it's just there for storage. Right, but this is a pretty good deal. You get $500 off, and I feel like with the Macs, they're probably the best editing laptops out there. But I do have to say that PC is coming up. I have a PC desktop, and it crushes all day. And the last but not least, for a lot of the folks who are editing and doing visual effects, there is Adobe Creative Suite for $30 a month. That's 40% off. That's a great deal. I pay $60 a month, and so I'm paying like close to $720 a year, and that to me is a big chunk But I love Adobe and I love the Creative Cloud. This is not for the Final Cut Pro X people out there, but for the Adobe people, this is a great deal because you get it for $30 a month. You get the whole suite. That's outstanding. You're basically getting Adobe Premiere, After Effects, Audition. You get Media Encoder. You also get Photoshop. You get Illustrator. And if you want to get into Character Animator, there's a whole bunch of other Adobe products that you can really use for your creativity. And so I will get this deal. So if you really shopped right, you can get a whole videography, video creator, just kit for around $3,000 to $5,000 with all these deals and be a monster at video. And I'm guaranteeing you that because a lot of these cameras and lighting and microphones and tripods and computers, everything that I've shown you are top of the line stuff. Of course, if you're a cinematographer or a professional DP, you're gonna laugh at a lot of this stuff. But hey, I'm talking to all your folks out there who can shoot with a Panasonic GH5 and make some gold. All right. So hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully there's something that you enjoyed. For a lot of the people out there who want to have new gear for the new year, I know how it is struggling with an old camera and old lenses that don't really pull focus well, or equip light stands that don't tighten properly, or gimbals that are shaky. Whatever it is, it's always good to get new gear, because if it's your business, you should invest in your business so you can be more competitive against other folks who are getting these new deals and these new gear for their repertoire. All right. And so hopefully you enjoyed this. Please email me at mitchell@videocontentschool.com if you have any questions, and leave a comment below. Remember to like, comment, and share this with anyone you think would find this helpful. And don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, go to my YouTube channel and please subscribe. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you